So now let's dive in a little bit to just your expertise a little bit.
Mhm.
You seem to be a man of many skills, as we know already. So I'm a little. I could ask.
Isn't that like what entrepreneurs do, though? I mean, yeah.
It is. Yep. You wear all the hats until you can take some off.
Yeah.
So let's go into storytelling, because I know your podcast is called "What's My Story," and you're a speaker, and you're that seems to be like a core thing that you do. So
Yeah.
tell us about the power of storytelling and why being good at it can have a massive effect on someone's business.
Well, so I was sitting in my living room in Massachusetts, and I was just chilling out watching TV. The doorbell rings, and I go to the door, and there's this guy in the driveway, and he's got this big display board. I go out and I open the door and say hello, pleasantries, etc. He says, "My name's Mark, and I'm walking around your neighborhood, and we're selling carpet. And we've got all this different kinds of carpet on this display board. There's some different swatches. Come on out and touch them. We've got the Berber carpet. We've got Austin Powers shag. We've got these other 5 different types. So I'm touching the different pieces of the carpet. So we go through this for about 3 or 4 minutes. And after 3 or 4 minutes, I open my door and I show him the inside of my house. Everything's hardwood. Right? So yeah. We're there, and he comes up and he's like, "Yeah, I'm selling carpet." Now, I have hardwood, and most people that have hardwood are not thinking I need carpet. They're like, "Dude, my floor is fine. It looks good. It looks great. It's shiny, and I don't have to vacuum it." Right?
Yeah.
So what could he have done differently? He could have, instead of just selling me a product, he could have created a story. So what is a story? A story is not just once upon a time. A story is an asset that is connective, that really figures out what I need. And it really consists of 4 areas: context, characters, conflict, and conclusion, right? So what if he came to me and he said, "Hey, listen, my name's Mark, and I have a quick question for you. How satisfied are you with your oil bill right now?" And I'd have been like, "Dude, it totally pisses me off. I feel like I'm spending too much money." He's like, "Wow, yeah, that seems to be the refrain of what the people in this community are saying. I've gone to like 8 houses, and everybody's so mad about their oil bill. What if I told you that there's this thing that you could do that would decrease your oil bill by 30% every month?" Now I'm listening.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's dug into the conflict. He's dug into the hurt, the problem, the challenge, the pain I'm feeling. And then he added characters for credibility. He talked about the people in my neighborhood. Like, yep. So now I'm like, oh, Marcy's going through that? Judy's going through that? Oh my gosh, right? And so he sets the stage. He adds the context by saying, yes, I'm here and I've done this, and this is what's happening. And would you like to change that situation? So then he says, if you add carpet to your floors, it's gonna add an extra layer of insulation that will decrease your oil bill. And so my next question, but we've got hardwood. Why would I want to do that? He could say, well, it costs a little bit to make some adjustments, but over time, the savings that you're going to acquire are going to be worth it for you. So he's walked through a story with me, instead of just saying, hey, here's this thing that you need to buy and I'm selling it. Right? So for business owners, that's a thing that I share with them. How can you utilize storytelling? And sometimes it's your personal story. It's an experience that you've gone through. Okay. If they don't know your company, it may be your brand story. Why on earth do you do this thing? What made you start this business, and what are you passionate about, and what do you believe? What is a core value that you have about this thing and the people that you serve that allows you to do this and is going to cause you to do it long term, right? So you've got to figure out how to incorporate stories in order to connect, because I believe storytelling is the most powerful form of communication.